Today is our 9th birthday at Cat and Cloud, Tuesday, September 30th, the 9-year anniversary from when we opened our first store on 36th and Portola. So every year on our birthday, we give away free espresso. That's just what we do. This year, I'm gonna post up here in the Roastery lab. Roastery's right over there. Let's take you around there in a sec. I'm posting up here with Mark, and we're gonna do a couple different free espressos and do some roastery tours. Just open the doors to people who wanna come in, wanna see behind the curtain, and just kind of geek out for a little bit. It's always cool to go in. It's like a field trip for adults, you know, seeing some of the magic behind the curtain. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Got to set up this bar. We're not really set up to do any kind of guest service in the lab, but pull this table over, try to make a corner because the machine's facing the wall, which is a cardinal sin for an actual cafe. You never want to have your back to the guest. So trying to create a corner space where at least the grinders can be here. People can walk in from there and then serve them here and just have to pivot a little bit and not do too much back to the guest kind of action. So we'll see. I didn't get a chance to set up yesterday because I planned poorly. So now, early morning, we're gonna set up right now. So I think what I'm gonna do on this side is hide all this crap with 5-pounders. We're gonna borrow some 5-pounders for props. Here's the Roastery in the morning. That's our SF25 that we've had since 2016. That's our SF75 that we've had for a few years. 3 times the size, essentially similar machines. Green storage corner. The big grinder. Magic packing area. Steal some of these here. Pro tip, if you clean the top of the machine, you never have to clean the cups. The little nasty, dusty things that live on the lip of cups that people don't want on their actual lips, get out of here. Look at that. Can you see it? Looks like someone just had it in the dirt. And, of course, perfectly balanced. Woo, look at you. United States Barista Championship, Long Beach, 2007. I love these long competition aprons. With Dante's little drop shoulder tee, dude, it's not too long. Towel can hang down, it's perfect. Okay, this coffee is called Truji and Angelita Typica variety from Colombia. It showed up on our menu and I didn't know much about it when it came and randomly made myself a couple shots in the lab here and it was just a total sleeper. I mean, I can't say total sleeper because it's not an inexpensive coffee, but I just wasn't expecting it to be what it was. It was one of those ones where the flavor notes actually match the description. You know, you read these things, watermelon, cranberry, rose hips, and sometimes you're like, it's a bit of a stretch. And this was spot on, super juicy, just very tropical, made me feel good about my life. I've been using no redistribution lately, just like touching the coffee as least as possible, but I still want to settle, but I probably shouldn't settle on a load cell. We on low drip tray? Come on, dude, what is this? Let's see what happens here. Yeah, these gaskets are toasted for sure. Next step would be to get all the machines on the same ecosystem, everything with scales. We've got some with scales in the cafes. This one's volumetric, but no scales, which makes training a little interesting. When I pulled this one before, I pulled it really short. So I did like 19.3 in, and I was probably, I don't know, low to mid 30s out, and it was just a crazy tropical shot. It was under extracted for sure, but I really enjoyed it. So that like punchy thing happened that you don't get too much anymore. And I might do that again, or I might extend it. We'll see what happens. Whoops. I also have the scale here for fun, but I've been pulling a lot without scales, and it feels very freeing. So that's 19.3, 32 at 32. Again, by modern specs, this is super short and very restricted, even though it's not too different than what we do for the answer in the cafe, even though the time is a little long on here. I'm gonna taste this. Nope. Purge. Make a grind adjustment. Always purge. Don't be back-to-backing, chasing your tail, make an adjustment, extract, make another adjustment, extract, make another adjustment, extract, end up way far away from where you want to be. Purge the grinder. What the f happened?
So here we had some erratic spraying of coffee grounds from the grinder, and when you see that, it's time to take everything apart, check the clump crusher, make sure there's no coffee built up somewhere where it's not supposed to be.
Let's look at this cake here. Yeah, that looks fine.
For the most part, everything actually looked okay. There wasn't a ton of coffee caught in there that would noticeably cause what we saw, but we cleaned everything out, vacuumed it out, and put it back together, and it fixed whatever was going on. We were up and running in about 2 minutes.
I'm gonna give it a little brush in there. Okay. Artpresso.com. Get yourself a grinder wrench.
Necessary. Fish.
Wow. It wants slightly coarser grind, and it wants a slightly longer extraction. You know what I should have done is ordered 2 batches of this, pulled this 2 ways.
Like a really
Like modern and vintage. Come on. Cheers.
That one was like really clear.
I mean, it looks pretty good all around.
Happy birthday.
The day ended up being really casual. It was super fun to just take a beat, step back, and appreciate what we've built. 9 years is such a run, and for my business partners and I, it's been over 10 years since we've been roasting coffee, selling coffee, operating a web store, doing pop-ups. We're doing all that before the first cafe ever opened. And then to think even back further in the early 2000s, it was 2001, 2, 3, somewhere in there when I got my first ever coffee job, and just to take a moment and think about how it's played out. It just makes me smile. Coffee has been a very incredible place for me, a very incredible industry with people who are always willing to reach out, share information, help out on their own accord. And it's awesome. I wouldn't be where I am right now without everyone out there who's just willing to lend a hand. And aside from making incredible, unique espresso, which is always fun, the Roastery tours were definitely the highlight of my day. I will give a Roastery tour at any time, no sweat. It's just so cool. When people come into Roastery, most people never get to see that. They're always bright-eyed, excited, just full of wonder and magic, and it is so cool to see people be genuinely curious about the thing that you're doing. And then the added icing on the cake is our team in there is so dialed in. They're so kind, articulate, and welcoming that they really make them feel special. You know, it's not a chore that someone else is in the Roastery and they have to work around them. It's an opportunity to share the craft with someone who's interested and leave them feeling amazing. Once we got finished with the birthday bar, I was immediately thinking of how can we make it bigger, better, more intense. next year. So if you're around next year on Cat and Cloud's birthday, free espresso, come in and see what we got going on. For everybody out there watching, dude, thank you so much. I don't know, no words. Appreciate each and every one of you. All right, stay dialed, y'all. Peace.